Good morning and welcome to Local Business Focus. Joining us on the show today is Alan Cox from Show and Tell Marketing, proud station sponsor. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Sally.
Now, today we're talking about personas and why should we bother with them?
It's a semi-fictional representation of your ideal client, and it's based on market research that you've done and real data that you've gathered about your clients, your ideal clients.
So give us an idea. It's a story you make up about your ideal client, and you actually give them a face, a name, an age, and so forth. Is that what we're talking about?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. They're not a real person. They're not entirely real, but they're also not entirely fake. Mm-hmm. They're actually a combination of all the data, and you create a story that describes them.
Why is it important to create personas for our business?
When you create a persona, you're actually able then to identify who you're targeting your content to. For example, if someone said to you, "Can you buy a gift?" But I didn't tell you any information, you wouldn't know where to start. What's the occasion? What's the age? What's male, female? Are they going away? What's happening?
Yeah.
So you need direction, and that's the same as the persona for a business. So if you know who you're writing to, then the writing is going to be that much better.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you consistency on your writing. You've actually got a target. There's a context that you can fit it in. And of course, the bottom line is that if you target your content, you get more leads.
Yeah, that's true. Now, can a business have more than one persona?
You can have as many as you like, but it's always best to select one as your primary one. And of course, that one will be the one that gives you most of your revenue.
Are there any tips for business owners as to how to create a persona?
The first thing you need to do with your research, you need to find out the demographics. What's their job title? What's their job role? How is it measured? KPIs, etc., if they've got any. What's a typical day in their life? And that starts from breakfast, if you like, because you want to know them as a person, because now it's person-to-person marketing.
Mm.
So what skills do they require? What knowledge and tools do they use? Who do they report to? Who reports to them? Do you want to know what their goals are? What are they responsible for? What does it mean to be successful in your role? What are your biggest challenges? So you want to know how they overcome these challenges. And then you look at the industry, the general industry that they're in. You look at the size of the company. Do you want more than a minimum of, say, 10 employees or a turnover of $5 million as a minimum? How do they get information about learning more about their job or their role? Like if they're interested in generating leads, where do they go to find the information?
Mm.
And what associations and social networks do they use? You also about their personal background, their age. Are they a grandparent, a father, a mother, a single mother? How do they prefer to interact with vendors?
Yeah.
Is it through email, phone, or the web? Do they research first on the internet? So why bother with personas? Well, okay, they take time to produce. They can be quite time consuming. The research takes a while, but the value far outweighs the cost of time. When you're doing this, you always keep the customer at the centre, at the heart of the matter, because it's all about them.
And that's not about you. Yes.
No, it isn't. And that's the big change in marketing is it's now about people. We're people.
I've known some business owners will actually create a video of their avatar. This is Steve, he's 35, this is his life. And so that actually really cements who their ideal client is.
True, and that's an awesome way to go.
Yeah.
Mainly because I also produce videos, but anyway. So if you want to make your marketing easier and more cost effective, know who you are addressing, know who you're writing to, know your avatar, know your persona.
Wonderful. Swim, don't sink. Thank you for joining us this morning on Local Business Focus. Alan Cox from Show and Tell Marketing, proud station sponsor.